I guess you couldn't hear me. It's live right now. Welcome everybody. This might be a short one. Was going to do a hangout. I don't think the guy's showing up, but that's okay because there are some things I do want to show. I wanted to make a video about a long time ago, but I never I never got around to making a video because I'm sort of lazy and I guess I'm falling out of my routines of trying to um, make videos and doing other things, but I'm going to try to show it right now. So, last video I made was a vlog talking about, in 5 years, I've been doing this for 5 years. Technically, tomorrow will officially be the fifth anniversary of the channel. So what's going on, Michael Smith? What's going on? This will be the fifth anniversary tomorrow, and it's like, and then on 28th, that means there's about like 3 days left till Halloween. Sabrina Hernandez, what's going on, Sabrina Hernandez? Um, oh yeah, so I wanted to show this real quick. Do 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 do. Present. Yeah, I wanted to show this article that I was talking about a little bit when I was doing the vlog. I was talking about this article where it's talking about there's some bacteria within the gut and share screen. Yes. Yes. Share. Are you seeing it? Oh, yep, you are seeing it. How do I? Okay, so I'm not able to see any comments, so I'm just going to read. But yeah, so this is the article I was talking about that has to do with, well, let's just read the headline. It says, that smell, new gut microbe produces smelly toxic gas, but protects against pathogens. I think I'm going to make this as like a YouTube short, so then people can look into it themselves. Um, but well, let's just read what it says. What's that smell? Okay. The gut microbiome mediates our health in a myriad of ways. One of those ways is by contributing to the levels of hydrogen sulfide, the toxic gas responsible for foul smelling farts. Having small amounts of hydrogen sulfide in the gut is a good thing. In fact, it's essential for a number of physiological processes and can even protect against pathogens. Hydrogen sulfide producing microbes in the gut may help choke out oxygen dependent pathogens such as, I don't know what this is, Klebsiella, making it hard for them to colonize. However, excessive levels can have negative consequences and have been associated with gut inflammation and damage to the intestinal lining. Discovering the key players and processes that produce this noxious gas in our gut is a fundamental step on the road to developing therapeutic interventions. For example, inflammatory bowel disease. Keeping young, the role of taurine. So the bacterium Bilophila wadsworthia is one of the most important taurine utilizers in humans. In the current study, research is led by Alexander Loy at whatever and environmental sciences of the University of Vienna have discovered a genus of hydrogen sulfide producing bacteria in the mouse intestine. The bacteria we describe has a rather unbalanced diet, explains Loy. It specializes in consuming taurine. Taurine is a semi-essential amino acid which we synthesize in small amounts in our liver. However, we get most of our taurine from our diets, especially meat, dairy, and seafood. Interesting. Like hydrogen sulfide, taurine is implicated in a smorgasbord of physiological processes. Recent studies have found a link between taurine and healthy aging. It seems that this nutrient may stave away age-related disease. In light of these findings, the discovery of a new gut microbe that feeds exclusively on taurine, aptly named Taurinivornis Muris, is another piece of an exciting puzzle. By isolating this first taurine degrader in the mouse gut, we're one step closer to the understanding how these microbes mediate animal and human health. Explain Human Ye, lead author of the study. To access sufficient taurine in the gut, however, Taurinivornis Muris needs help of other gut microbes to release it in the bile acids. Taurine, you get all. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you get it. There is some type of gut microbe that's within our intestines that feeds off hydrogen sulfide, which is like the smelly toxin, and it protects against pathogens. Um, And this sort of made me think to myself, let me see if I could stop. Well, should I stop sharing? It just made me think to myself that maybe there's other microbes that produces toxic gas or offensive odor. And if it's not, well, we only discovered the taurine, novarin, and murus. Maybe there's other different bacteria. That's the thing that I was thinking about, but I can't prove it because I don't know, and I don't know if there's any type of proper way to prove any of that. But let me at least copy this and put it in the chat. Let's see here. I think I'm going to make a I think I'm going to make a short about it, a YouTube short about it. But yeah, let me see who's on the chat. So yeah, Sabrina Hernandez, Michael Smith, Gudney Boca, hello, Esmont, hello everyone, beautiful brown chick, hello. I guess since if no one shows up, I'm gonna. Oh, yeah. If anybody wants to be invited, let me see if anybody wants to be invited. I'll copy this and paste this. Boom. Okay, just pasted that. If anyone wants to be invited, I will do that maybe every 20 minutes or something. But in any case, yeah, there's, I guess this was supposed to be a hangout, but I'll just talk to just wherever the commenters, if they have any things to comment about, or I'll just talk about my life. But yeah, tomorrow would be officially the 5th anniversary of this channel. And my previous video I made, a video about possibly not doing any type of videos anymore because I ran out of things to talk about. I ran out of things to talk about or things to try to do. There were some interesting things that people mentioned within the comments to possibly look into. For example, they said, "Oh, you should maybe you should do a GI map." I was like, "Oh, a GI map. Maybe I should do that." Another thing is, I thought to myself, maybe I should do the colonoscopy. What's it called? The colonics, where they put like water in your colon. You put water in your colon. I talked to the last interview I had. The woman, I forgot her name. Was her name Sabrina? No, her name Sabrina. I'm not entirely sure, but she said that she used colonics. I was like, I never actually did colonics, so maybe I should try that. Another thing that I was thinking about is to finally do the fecal microbiota transplant. I've heard some people, a few people, only heard it a couple of times where people tried it and they had success, but I don't know these people at all. So there's like several things I could possibly do in the future, but bro, I have a lot of bills, bro. Like I even have this bill right now with me. When I did the gene testing, this is the bill. I don't know if I should show my address, but this is the bill. Let's see if it can focus on the bill. Let me see if it can focus. You know how much I had to come on, focus. It's not focusing. Oh no, it's not focusing. It's Jermaine Forbes. It's almost focused. Oh my goodness. Well, okay, wrong one. You see over here, right here, it says $625. And it says that shit 4 times. Basically, I owe $2,500 for Gene DX. Originally, I thought it was only $1,500, but now it's actually $2,500. And on top of that, with the Mayo Clinic, I own like $560. And then on top of that, I still got student loans. Did you know does anyone else have student loans? They actually restarted the student. They paused the student loans during COVID, but they restarted them like in October, early October. So the student loans are being activated again. So now I had to pay off this bill for Gene DX, which is $2,500. Then I had to pay off like the hospital bills from Mayo Clinic, which is that's like somewhere between $500, maybe $500, $600. And then the student loans, my student loan came back, and I have like 38,000. I got 38,000 fucking dollars left on my student loans, bro. Because the thing is, I kept deferring it every year because I was broke at the time. Once I got out of college in 2014, I was broke. I could not pay those shits. So I kept deferring it every year, deferring it, deferring it, deferring it. And now I have like $38,000 in student debt. Not only that, I also bought a new car. I was going to make a video about a car. My car broke down a month or 2 months ago. My car broke down. I had a Chevy Impala 2004. Maybe I should show what it looks like. Why not? Let me try. I mean, I have a whole story to talk about my car, bro. Chevy Impala. Let me put silver. I just show what it sort of looks like on the internet. It sort of looks like this. Let me share what it sort of looks like. Um, Let me share again. Yeah, share the screen. Yeah. Sort of looks like this. My car used to look like this. A Chevy. Wow, it cost 612 to $2,000 for a Chevy Impala 2004. That's interesting. But it looked just like this, but worse because it was like it was really worn down. And to make a long story short, the head gasket was blown. The head gasket was blown. So basically, what that means is when when you drive the vehicle, it starts to overheat rapidly, and then eventually the car just shuts off. Once it overheats too much, it eventually just shuts off. And that was the reason why I did that was because there was a broken radiator before that, and I was still driving it, and I was trying to drive it to like a what was it? What was I trying to drive it to? A Firestone. And by the time I drove it to the Firestone, I think the head gasket was just broken because it overheated too much. And now that the head gasket is blown, the only way I was supposed to replace it was I was supposed to replace it with the engine or something like that, with a new engine or a used engine, and that would have cost like 4 grand. So then I was on some shit like I don't think I want to spend 4 grand on a 2004 car, so I bought a new car instead. And yeah, so basically what I'm saying, I got shit load of bills. That's what I'm saying. Life will not stop lifing. Absolutely, life will not stop lifing. There's just it just sucks. It sucks to have this condition, and then at the same time still had to deal with all the other stuff you have to deal with in normal everyday life, like student loans and whatever. Um, oh, I forgot to answer or respond to this comment from Sabrina. I did a colonic and colonoscopy, and I did a gut map test. I can send you my results if you want. Well, let me ask you this: did you see any difference within colonics or the gut map or GI map? Have you seen any difference? If you have, good. If you haven't, that's also good. So I can just avoid that shit. You feel me? Um, and change the gas unless it overheated too long. You could have taken the heads off and changed the gasket. That's the thing. I was thinking about removing the gas. I was thinking about making a video and put it on this channel and asking, does anybody know how to fix it? What the fuck do I do to fix it? But then I just watched a video online of how to like fix a head gasket, and I was like watching it and like, bruh, this shit's. I need to buy. I would have to buy the tools in order to like take off certain parts and all this other type of shit and know what the fuck I'm doing. And I don't know. It's like it seemed like a too much of an event. It seemed like a too much of an advanced thing to do for a person who's completely inexperienced in fixing cars. Um, yeah, you had to take apart a lot of different things within the car in order to finally get to the head gasket. Because like the head gasket in general is not that expensive, but yeah, you got to know your shit about cars. And I don't, I don't know shit about cars. So yeah, what was I gonna say? But yeah, I just bought a new car. I didn't even take a picture. I'll show what the car looks like on the internet. It's a 2021. It's a 2021. What's it called? Hyundai Tucson. While I'm doing that, but there's a couple of people that are here. How's everything going on with your lives? Anything fun, exciting happening with your lives? Anything stressful? Because if I'm going to hang out with people, might as well communicate with them. Um, let me share my thing too. While I'm sharing, I guess I will also talk about my life. Yeah, for me, yeah, it's almost the end of October, man, and it's going to be Halloween. I actually like Halloween more than anything else. I think Halloween for me is my favorite. Yeah, this is what my car looks like. It's a black. It pretty much looks like this. This is what my car looks like currently. Bruh, that's crazy. No, no, no. Actually, that makes sense. This says it's for 20,000. I had to spend like 25. Um, but it's straight. It's a straight car. The thing is about this car, it looks like every other SUV. If am I sharing? Yes, I'm sharing. It looks like every other yes. And you know what's so weird about this car? The shit that sort of like shocked me about this car. If you look here, it's one of those cars where you don't actually put the key in to start the vehicle. You just press a button to start the vehicle. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking crazy. And I'm scared for that because I'm thinking to myself, like, there's a lot of people like nowadays, there's a lot of people who rob, like there's a lot of shoplifting, there's a lot of theft. I'm thinking if it's just so easy for somebody just to start my vehicle, they can just take my vehicle like a motherfucker so easily. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, I was sort of, I don't know, bothered by the idea of just oh yeah, and this has like some if you go in reverse, there's like a back camera where you can just back and reverse. I thought that was the coolest shit in the world. Um, but I'll stop sharing. But yeah, man. Let me see here. Oh shit! Wait, let me read what just Michael said. You could have just taken the heads off and changed the gasket unless it's overheated too long. I do. It's a lot to do. I'm lucky. I know how to do that stuff. I know. A mechanic will charge a lot for the. That's the thing. I went to the again. I went to Firestone. Firestone. If you know like Firestone or Good, what's it called? Goody. Is it called Goodyear? Yeah, Goodyear. They don't replace those shits. They just say, no, you gotta go to another mechanic. You gotta go to a smaller mom and pop mechanic shop. So they want to replace that shit. I got a motorcycle and broke my foot. Damn, that sucks. I was thinking, but you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about buying before purchasing a car. I was thinking about buying um a moped. I was thinking about buying a moped or like an electric scooter or some shit because it seems like you can get go 30 to 60 miles an hour and it only costs like most of them cost around like 2 grand or less, you know? So it seemed like that would be like the best thing to do. But the thing about it is with like mopeds, at least in Florida, and I feel like this is probably all throughout America, with mopeds, you can't you can't drive it on the highway. Apparently you can't drive it on the highway. So then I thought to myself, damn, maybe I should just buy a motorcycle because you at least can drive a motorcycle. Um, but that never happened. I never went to it. Let me read another comment. No difference with colonic and colonoscopy, but I did find out I have some crazy overgrowth. SIBO, I'm saving to go see a functional doctor, but I would imagine it has a big role on my issue. Functional doctor. What's a functional doctor? I never heard functional doctors. Let me open at this guy here. Functional doctor.
Hey, Jermaine, what's up?
Going on? Functional medicine doctor. Interesting. Hey, so what's going on, Dave? How's life? How's everything with you?
Man, just same old, Still, getting normal reactions as normal. Yeah, just same old, man. You know, it is what it is.
Is there I was gonna ask you like, is there like anything new other than just the reactions in general? Any progress? Any hangouts?
Um, I feel like it's actually been getting worse. Funny enough.
Mm,
Yeah, because like at one point, I felt like vitamin B2 was working for me.
yeah.
Um, and the deodorant looming. But
Mm-hmm.
then everything that works for me, like, is temporary. Like, it'll work for like 6 months and then it doesn't work anymore. So like I
Hmm.
feel like I'm back to square one when dealing with this
Interesting.
issue. Yeah, yeah. So I just feel like it's been getting worse. At one point it was just like I wasn't getting too many reactions, but then now it was just like it's, again, back to square one.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. How about yourself?
For me, well, in terms of odor situations, I don't think there's really anything that truly. I don't want to say that.
That makes it
I
better.
can't detect the odor, so I can never know how much progress I'm getting. Let me try to add him on to what's going on, Bruce Leroy. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like diet is the major thing, and I do feel the most effective way to cut out the odor is just do fasting. Fasting. Fasting is like the most effective thing, but again, you just can't do that forever.
Yeah, you,
Uh,
you can't do that forever. That's the thing. But I think like obviously like meat, like I think even chicken makes my odor worse. So like I'm trying to cut out just meat in general.
Wait,
'Cause
what did you say before that? You said you feel
like
that
meat,
makes it
like
worse?
yeah, like any type of meat makes it worse.
Yeah,
Red
of course.
meat, chicken, yeah. No, at first like I thought it was just red meat, but now I'm figuring out it's chicken as well. So I have to cut that out of my diet. And then hopefully things could, probably improve. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I cut up shit. I stopped. I stopped eating meat a long time ago.
Oh, really?
There's sometimes I do cheat meals, and I'm definitely gonna do a cheat meal on Halloween. I don't know what I'm gonna get into. I'm gonna try to get into something on Halloween. But yeah, red meat has always been bad for me, so I always avoided that. Any animal products, I've
uh,
always tried to avoid. So meat, dairy, cheese, all that shit. I guess well, cheese is dairy, but yeah, I always try to avoid all that stuff. Um, but I don't know, man. It's like I'm in a state where I still try to eat well, but I don't know, like relapse and I don't give a fuck sometimes. Like I
yeah.
just bought a bowl of cereal just today. I went to the grocery store, so I know I'm probably gonna smell bad, but I, I don't know. I rarely go. I go outside, but I go to stores, stay there maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It's not like a big deal as much. Matter of fact, very interested in Bruce Leroy because I know you said you were trying to become a police officer. I'm curious how the status of that, if you're if you're still pursuing that, or I don't know.
Bro, that was me that said I broke my foot on my motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I did some more research into the police thing, and I got all the way to where I was supposed to go to the academy, and then I decided to pull out. And then right after that, I was riding my motorcycle to work and broke my freaking foot, so I would have got counseled out of it anyways.
oh. So what stopped you? You said what stopped you from?
I just decided it wasn't gonna be for me.
Oh, personal reasons
Yeah,
or too strict?
not just personal reasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know they make a lot of money, especially Miami. They make like at least starting out, you can get 65K, which is really good. I
Yeah.
don't think there's too many like I don't think there's too many like jobs you can go where you can start out and just get make 65. So I was like, okay, that would be pretty dope. But you know, I don't know. Like a lot of people, I would find it really hard to be a policeman and smell bad, and you have to go in like traffic stops and shit and stop people, and they're like, man, that's why you smell like shit, because they really do. People really don't like police, so they're
Hey,
just gonna use that as ammo. You feel
that was
me? That's
part of
what
the
I
deal.
thought.
But to be honest, I watched this video where they set up this police officer, like his own department, set him up to stop this drug dealer, and they knew the drug dealer was like a member of the Mexican cartel or whatever, and they told him like, "Hey, you're gonna go in and you're gonna pull him over for this traffic stop, and we're gonna come right in after you and catch him." So
Mm.
basically, they sent them in on a suicide mission.
I saw that.
The dude slaughtered them immediately, bro. And I was like, yeah, this is not like I'm good. Just on a regular traffic stop. But it was the fact his department, they knew how dangerous the dude was. And they didn't tell him and set him up with it.
Oh, that was viral. You saw it too, Dave?
Yeah, it was on a YouTube channel. I think police activity. Like, there's a YouTube channel that shows like all types of different like body cam videos. I saw it a while back, but yeah, that was crazy. I could never be a police officer. It's a
Damn, I
danger.
didn't know it was like that. Why
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's a lot of a heavy cartel presence in your area.
No, it's
Where?
not even just that. It's just the fact his own department. It was just, I mean, anybody could be a criminal. It don't matter if it's cartel.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, the area that I'm in, it's the hood, bro. It's not the suburbs.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. I did hear that. I'm not gonna. I don't know if I should, because it's gonna sound like it's downplaying it. But I've heard a rumor that like police typically don't get killed from civilians or even like criminals. Usually I think they die the most by getting hit by cars on accident. It was like vehicle manslaughter.
That and then so I was talking about the motorcycle thing. Like you're more likely to die if you're a motorcycle cop. And eventually, I would have wanted to be a motorcycle cop. And just this year, we had 5 different motorcycle cops in different cities in Oklahoma close to me die.
Damn,
So
that's crazy.
yeah, not even
I
people like shooting at them, just trying to get away and run them over or like accidents.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think have ever seen a police officer in a motorcycle.
You've never
I
seen a
think
police officer on a motorcycle?
Oh wow.
I don't think I ever seen one.
Guess we have that a lot then down here.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
seen bike cops. You got to be a bike cop.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about like a bicycle?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Really, I literally have one city here in Oklahoma, it's, Edmond, that I've ever seen bicycle cops. All the rest of them, they have cars and motorcycles.
Wow. Yeah, I guess a bicycle cop is going to be somewhere deep in the city or some shit. I mean,
Well,
some stuff like that.
they're in a richer, more fluid.
Yeah, that'd probably be the easiest, the softest,
Yeah.
the nicest job in the world. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know because like there's the thing about cops is it's still like customer service job, and with customer service job, people talk shit to you when they're mad about something, they just want to air out their grievances. Maybe I don't know. Maybe their wife was sleeping with the mailman. They're angry about that shit, so they're gonna be like just be angry about you and just bitch to you about the dumbest shit in the world, even though it has nothing to do with what's going on with their lives. They just need someone to just I don't know air their grievances out. Eh. So I don't know. Like that's another reason why I didn't like even if I didn't have this odor condition, I just hate communicating with people and not being able to tell them to shut the fuck up, you know?
No,
Because
I agree.
yeah, because it's like you'll be written up or you'll get fired. That's the worst. Yeah. But what I guess, damn, and your foot's broken, so I'm pretty sure
It
you can't
I
go to work.
just now, that was like 3 months ago. I just now recovered. I went back to work last week. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
all good now. But I was literally out of work for 3 months. I'm about to have to play. How you were talking about bills, bills, bills. I'm about to have to play catch up.
yeah, yeah. That's damn. That sucks. And what? I mean, so what's like the game plan now? Because I don't know how many other careers are like cops, where you can like start off and make pretty a living wage salary just starting
I
out.
mean, for what I had to pay in Oklahoma, Amazon is it pays all my bills. And I just got we got another raise because you know how UPS everybody's making a big deal about the UPS raise, how they're going to make like 150K a year after so many years now because they got that raise.
Oh, is it? Yeah, wasn't there like some type of
Union strike or whatever.
union strike? Yeah, yeah.
Amazon followed suit and they gave us a little bit more money. So I came back to more money and I already had enough to pay all my bills and whatnot.
Bro, have you seen this clip on the internet of like the Amazon warehouse where they had like robots assisting and just like collecting all the assisting and collecting all the like the items and transporting them into to correct boxes and stuff like that. Maybe I
Yeah, I've
could
seen
find that. That shit was crazy. Speaking of
everybody.
Amazon, because whenever I see anything where I see like those robot dogs or I see AI doing something, I immediately get scared. Let me see if I can find it.
We're all not going to have jobs here pretty soon.
What'd you say?
I said none of us are going to have jobs here pretty soon.
Yeah, that universal basic income needs to kick in, bro. Because I don't see too much hope in America in the next 30 years. You know, with like I don't know if I should get all political, but with all like the war funds and subsidies going on within the different countries, and you know, homelessness becoming a major thing, people getting evicted, the rise in shoplifting, and I don't really
Well,
see or hear too much like I don't know
it,
policies that can correct
it's
or
crazy here, and I can only imagine because I remember I stayed in Florida for a year. I stayed in Tampa, and
mm,
the first time I came down to Florida, I'd seen homelessness like I had never seen it before. I was like, "Damn, this is kind of crazy." And now it's not to the point to where I saw in Florida here, but it's a lot worse.
yeah.
Yeah, cost of
Yeah, the
living
eviction
everywhere
more. I don't know when the eviction
is
moratorium. Um,
it's been ended. It's
yeah, but
it's
now
ended for
like
a while. It's crazy.
yeah, and that's the thing too. Like once you get evicted, bro, it's really hard to get another apartment or
Yeah, because it
get
goes on
because
your
that thing
record.
stays on your record I think
Yeah,
for the rest of your life. So it's like
yeah.
just speaking. It reminds me speaking about the woman I interviewed a couple of weeks ago. Like she's sleeping in her car. I'm like, damn, how the fuck can you sleep? That made me really sad to hear shit like that. And then I feel like when I talk to a lot of people who have this condition, like, and they're by themselves, like that's like a somewhat of maybe I don't know. I want to say that I've heard at least a couple of times that realize that like this affects you not only psychologically but financially as well. Because damn, sleeping in your car for X amount of time for years is crazy, and it
I think
seems
for
like it's the norm for a lot of people.
I think for the most part, it is better for us to work from home. Just get a remote job because going to work in person with this condition, I mean, depending on how bad it is for you, you know, I don't I don't see how that's gonna work. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah, you know, like I got to be honest. You know, I've actually this is actually like 2 years since I have had this remote job, and I will say, like, man, it is better. Yeah, I can tell you, like, it was so because before I had an actual job, I had to commute an hour and back every day. So there's at least like 2 hours of commuting and then get to the place and then do work while people start talking shit about you and all this other stuff. That was really annoying and it affected you mentally. But at the same time, with remote work, like staying and sitting in your same place almost every fucking day
Yeah.
for 2 years has taken a toll mentally, bro. There's just something about not communicating or going outside as much, or just I don't know, being in just a different place has affected me mentally. Not to say that is I would technically I would love to go back to work or somewhere where I can just communicate with someone as opposed to just look at someone through live stream all the time and talk to them about like whatever. Like, but I know with this condition, it's like it was very hard to make friends or acquaintances while in an office or within a workforce. So that's never going to change. It's like it's still, in my opinion, you're stuck in a between a rock and a hard place. Ultimately, you want to just communicate and just connect with people because that's like natural. It's very instinctual just to want to connect with people. But whether you have I don't know, you have this condition, it's like I don't know. It just stops you from doing that, man.
I know
And
what you
I don't know.
mean.
It just makes me feel.
Yeah.
Since you have a remote job, I do want to ask you, like, do you feel like this is stop you from connecting or, and I don't know,
Yeah.
making friends as much?
So I've been working remote for almost like 5 years now, and I'll tell you, like the first year was hard. It was like, man, this is very like lonely. Like I was just literally I was spending weeks in the house. But right now, like I have a schedule. Like after work, I make sure I get out the house every day. Either go to the gym, go to a park, go to like a festival or something. Then I'll go on. I don't know if you know Meetup.com,
Yeah.
where you can, yeah. So I'll use that sometimes. And at the end of the day, like I know I'll get reactions from people, but I have to be honest, like everybody outside of my house are just strangers. You're not gonna see them again anyway. So I just make an effort just to get out the house. And it's been working. I've been meeting people. Yeah, I get reactions. A lot of people stay away from me, but there's some people that I've actually connected with. So I just make the effort. But I know that if I were to go to work in person, I would just face a lot of harassment. And with my condition, it's going to be hard to get a job anyway, you know. So I just make the effort. You just got to make the effort to get out.
Yeah, I do make an effort. A matter of fact, last week we were supposed to do this live stream, but I decided to go to I decided to go to
Oh
a
yeah, that's
county
true.
fair or some shit.
Yeah.
And it was cool, I guess, but um, I don't know. It just
But
feels.
I know what you mean. You're that loneliness, like you're just at home all day. But I think it's if you kind of like can have like a schedule and have like a routine where you're like getting out the house constantly and just meeting different people, it's better than facing harassment at the workplace. It's better to me. Like I would rather just do this than go back to work. Yeah.
What'd you say, Bruce?
I'm constantly out the house. And then that's so y'all said y'all do remote work,
Yeah.
avoid the harassment and stuff. That's why I do the delivery job because I deal with everybody for about 20 minutes at the beginning of my shift. And then the rest of the day, it's just me in the truck.
Yeah.
I don't really, I deal with the customers, but they're just happy to grab their package and go. I'll speak to them for like a second and then walk off. And it don't really affect me as far as doing my job.
Yeah, that's why I was planning. I originally was planning to be a trucker if it didn't work out for software development. Because I know you only there like as a trucker, you maybe have to drive shit tens of hours. And you only have yourself. You could bring if you have an animal, you could bring your animal with you or some shit, and that's just you and your animal. Then maybe you have to interact before once you meet the destination. You have to interact with people or stuff, and they'll check the package. But that's why I was thinking about becoming a trucker. But I'm sort of glad I didn't become a trucker, bro. Because I don't know, bro. it doesn't really feel. I don't think there's anything. I
I
don't know. They
honestly,
make pretty good money though.
I think that's what I'm going to end up doing ultimately.
Oh, really?
You got to get my CDL.
Mm.
Well, if you do, make sure you get an A because I got a D.
I
I got
got
a B. That
you
shit's.
got the B.
I mean, is this expired? I don't. Yeah, I had a B, and that didn't give me shit. And it was
How much
only
did
like
you pay to get that?
you said you were trying to get that.
No, I'm asking you how much did you have to pay for schooling for it?
Ah, damn. Well, this is the thing. Well, okay, it was technically $1,600. But the one place it was like 1,800. The other place is like 1,600. But there are like schools that will pay for it, allow you to take the thing, but you have to be under contract with them for like 2 years or X number of years. So many people will take like the class where, okay, fine, I'll take it for free. But then I'm like, I'm in under contract with this company for X number of years. And then I get out that place and then I can go off and do whatever the fuck I want to do. But if you pay out your pocket, it's going to be somewhere close to 2 grand. So
Yeah,
uh
it's like 7 for that for the A class here.
7, damn,
Seven
that's so
thousand.
crazy.
Yeah,
Because I do remember like when I went to the other place, another place where I asked for the A, it was like, oh, it'll be 25. But I feel like I don't know. I don't know how it. I don't know enough about trucking, but I do feel like in certain cities or certain places, you get paid way more. In certain states, you get paid way more. Um, and maybe that has to do with the fact I don't know. Maybe there's less of a population, so there's less competition. So maybe you get paid more if there's less people within that state. But it was like 25 grand or something if I had to pay it just with Class A. Uh,
crazy. I wish that it was that cheap here. But what I'm
Seven
gonna end up
grand? That's
doing,
crazy. Is it like maybe it's like a top school in Oklahoma? I don't know.
yeah, but we only have so many, so
Right.
and they're all about that much. But what I'm gonna do is because I've fixed my credit, and probably after I finish paying off this motorcycle loan, I'll just do that because they'll finance it. Or like how you said, if I go to a certain company, they'll pay it, but then you got to be under contract for 2 years. And I didn't want to do it that way. I just wanted to get it and then be able to go wherever I wanted to go.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it's so funny that I was talking about automation because they're already making trucks to drive with themselves, drive
Yep.
by themselves and stuff. So
They're
I
gonna have
don't
their
know how safe
they're
that
gonna have to
career is.
they have to make their they're gonna put the infrastructure for it though, because they're gonna have their own lanes for the semis to begin with. So they're gonna have to create new infrastructure, have these robot only semi lanes, and then after so many years of that, when they know that it's basically foolproof, even though we know nothing is foolproof, then they'll put it on the road general public.
This was the thing I was talking about. This like these robots and the warehouse. It's only a matter of time if anybody can see the video. I don't know if it's being shown. Let me see if it's being shown. Is it being shown?
It's shown.
Awesome. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have to all like destroy the robots every time we see.
Bruh. It's
you know,
only a
people,
matter of time
you know,
before it
people are gonna
takes.
be turning them up. Like if there's any that are just like out doing stuff, like if they come up with delivery robots or delivery drones, people are gonna
Yeah,
be. They already shoot the fucking drones.
they're already shooting the drone. Yeah. Especially wasn't there like some type of drone for like Dominoes or some shit? Like there are
Yeah,
people robbing the Dominoes robots and shit. Like, it's like, what's the point? Hey, how can I reach you? You can reach me at bosufferers@gmail. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so it's like, um, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's really gonna work in terms like as a delivery service, but I definitely believe it can work if you just have them in a factory and you seal them away from people. Yeah. So uh, I don't know. Um, who's gonna say? Yeah, there's not too many opportunities like that you can make really good money except police officer.
And they
Let me
got
see.
firefighter.
Yeah, that's another thing. But I just recently read something about firefighters. Like they have a very uh, a low life expectancy.
And that was the thing about the police too, because the police is up there too because of the stress of the job. You get your life expectancy is real low. Firefighters, police officers. So I was like, man, I just looked at everything all together, and I was like, it's not even going to be worth it in the long run.
I gotta look into that because I think they have an even worse one with the firefighters. I think they have a higher rates of cancer because, man, when fire does burn or the fires there's like fires that are in buildings or houses and stuff. Usually the chemicals that are burning within the fires, uh, the firefighters inhaling it, which
Yeah,
increases the likelihood of them having of them lowering their life and increasing the likelihood of them getting cancer from all the chemicals that are burning within whatever building or structure. There's like, let me see. It says right here. Well, maybe I should continue to share. It says the life expectancy. Oops, let me present it. Yep. Yeah, the life expectancy for firefighters is 10 years less than for individuals with other occupations. According to a study, the frequency of leaving a job due to health problems was 60% higher among firefighters than other individuals. Yeah, the shits that doesn't look too good. So
it's got to do with you. That what you said, and I think the adrenaline dump and the stress response. So firefighters are usually like the first responders, but police come too.
yeah,
So you're getting that same kind of stimulus that the firefighters are getting. You might not be breathing in cancer causing chemicals from a fire all the time like they do. But then at the same time too, like in Oklahoma, we don't have that many fires. I guess it depends on like where exactly you're at being a firefighter. Just like where exactly you're at being a police officer. Like you can either be a cush job or it might be if you're in the hood in a high crime area, your life is on the line every day.
is there a lot of violence in your where you from?
Where I'm at,
Yeah,
not like places like Florida or California, no, but there's still enough. I'm not in
yeah,
I'm not in the richest part of Oklahoma at all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Um, it's crazy. That's another thing. When I really think about how a lot of people are homeless, or there's the the minimum wage has always been an issue, and it's still continually being an issue. It doesn't make. I don't understand why there's not like too many. There's not enough programs where they give grants or some type of like training free, just like within like we were talking about a little bit with like not firefighters, with truck drivers. They'll allow you to do the training for free, but now you're under this company for 2 years under contract. I don't know why the government just doesn't allow you to get, I don't know, pay for training or some shit like that. So you can get these like blue collar jobs that pay pretty well. Like plumbers still get paid really well. Plumbers, I think
Plumber-
average salary for a plumber is like 57 grand or something like that because nobody wants to do the job. Um,
Plumbers, electricians, welders, truck
I don't know
drivers.
welders get paid that well. I don't think they get
No,
paid that well.
welders, they make bank. But then that's another one to where you're like breathing in a whole bunch of crap to where you'll end up having cancer or something. But the welders make bank, bro.
Uh, yeah,
I guess it matters where exactly you're working too, though.
yeah, that's true. They're saying you
There's
only get paid 15 to
there's
25 an hour. That's I don't know
welding.
about. Hmm.
No, it matters what you're doing. They got so. So you're talking about the firefighters having the least life expectancy.
Hmm.
The underwater welders, bro. It's so hard on your body. You literally are only allowed to do it for 1 year
Oh,
because it cuts that much into your life expectancy. You're allowed to do it for 1 year and then you can't do it anymore.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like many of those jobs where they
And
get,
they make bank, bro.
yeah, I believe you. Actually, I think I remember watching something like that. I remember watching another video. I don't know what this. There's this some diver that goes into that goes into these like I don't know. I guess like sewage, like these sewage containers. So it's like majority of the I guess the liquid in there is like poop and urine. And I forgot why they go in there, but they make a lot of money. I forgot. If I could find that fucking video where it's about like this, there's some diver that goes into some type of sewage thing, and it's I can't think of it. Sewage, diver, sewage, sewer diving. Is this it? Oh, professional poo diver. That's what they call it. Shit, let me show you this. Oh man, wait, hold on. If anybody wants to look at this, professional poo. These people make.
You're the poo
Let me get
guy.
the link.
I've been labelled with that for years. I know everything about poo.
It's just there's lots of jobs where you can get paid a lot of money, but nobody wants to do it. That's why I get paid out so much money, you know. So, uh, uh, but yeah, um, I don't know. Like going back to what Dave was saying, you've been doing remote for 5 years. For me, like the only way times I go out like every day, like maybe during the I don't know noon or something, I like walk around for 20 minutes and then I come back. But I don't
Mm.
really do any like extracurricular activities. Like once I finish my shift, I go to the bar or I go to some type of hobby or some club or whatever. I feel like that's what I need to be doing. But there's like I don't think there's too many places where you can do hobbies and stuff like that. Uh, you say you just go to the gym?
Yeah, I go to the gym and then again, I go to meetup.com and see if there's any like events in my area, or if there's like a festival or something like that. Well, this is usually on the weekend though, but like on a weekday, like I'll go to the gym or I'll just go to a place where there's like a lot of people are, just hang out and chill, meet different people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
church, if any church events, stuff like that.
Oh, you
But
still go to? Yeah.
yeah, but my church is like really it's pretty much like a mega church. It's really big. So like I can find a place to sit where it's not like too crowded. Um but yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Um yeah.
Like for me, like I always feel like church is like one of the few places are, that you can go and there's lots of different activities. And it's like I feel like it's one of the few places where it's the best place to meet someone because if you think about other places like a club or a bar, like the main thing is to either dance or to drink. Whereas with like uh, with the church, yeah, you're there to listen to service or listen to some guy preach or something like that. But there's always like other activities that goes on. Like
Of
there's always
course.
like volunteering. There's always you know some
Yeah.
type of eating thing event where you eat or whatever. And this is where you actually meet a lot of people. Maybe plenty of people have met like their significant partners and stuff. You don't really find your partners at fucking clubs, right?
What
You usually find it at 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 uh at the churches.
church?
But the
Yeah.
problem is like I'm not really into I don't believe in since I'm not an atheist, but I'm an agnostic. It's just like pointless for me to go to church. I would just only be there just to look at the women. So it's like I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like there are people that that go to church just for that particular reason. You'd be very surprised. You'd be very surprised. I mean, like you said, church is a place where it's easy to meet people, and I feel like a lot of people. The reason why they go to church is to meet people. I'll be honest with you. Like there are a lot of people like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, they're different. Like volunteer. Like I volunteer and stuff like that. It's the best way to meet people. Um, and especially like they have a lot of events on the weekday, especially on
Yeah.
Wednesday. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like, it's so like I think the church in general is like the only organization I know where it does so many different things. Whereas again, like I mentioned about clubs and bars, like that's the only thing. Maybe like I don't know if there's some event, like for example, Halloween's coming up, so there might be some like dress up party, or some shit like that, or a candy drive. I don't think it'll be candy drive, but there'll be some type of party where people dress up in costumes, etc. But with like church, it's so diverse in terms of different things you can do. There can be prayer circles, there could be volunteering, like you said, and then there's like assortment of things you can do within volunteering. There can be, they do a lot of events in terms of Halloween to Thanksgiving, food drives, blah, blah, blah. And there's just so many different social activities involved in church. I don't think there's anything like it. And I'm tempted to go to church. I don't want to sit and listen to a person just talk about Jesus for 2 hours. And no offense to Christians, but I did that when I was a child, a teenager. I don't want to do that when I'm a 33-year-old man. So I don't know.
yeah. You just have to find like you stay in a big city, right? You stay in Jacksonville, so I'm sure you can find like different like events or something like on Meetup.com. You know that it could be any like volunteer activity that's for adults. That's
Yeah,
probably
that's the thing. I've been going to Meetup sparingly every month or so and looking at what's around Jacksonville. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm too much of a bitch to meet up with people. I was eyeing at certain spots like, oh, there's like what happened?
No, I'm here.
Oh yeah, I was just saying like there's this one spot or this is one meetup group where it's about like animating video games. There's this competitive video game place or something where they play fighting games and stuff. But I just feel if I go to that place, once I start smelling bad, like they're like, oh, this is the guy who, they're gonna like. At first, they're like, okay, this guy smells bad, but maybe it's just that one time. But as I continue to go, they're like, oh, that's the guy that smells bad and shit, and they don't want to be around you. You know what I mean? I always psych myself out whenever I think about going to any type of planned event, and that fucks me up. So then
Just gotta
I
go.
just don't go at all.
Just gotta go.
Yeah, he's got to go, man. Yeah, because I think that's the problem. Like, yeah, you can't be like. I mean, we all got this issue, but I'm like, fuck it. At this point, you know, you just gotta, because if not, you just be at home all the time, and that I think being at home is like, and isolating yourself is the most depressing thing about this condition,
Hmm.
and it's just gonna be worse. You got to get out the house. You know, you got to. There are people that I just like. Hey, there are people that are not gonna accept my condition. Oh well. So it is what it is. But I can't just be at home and isolate myself because I did that before and I really got in a very depressive state. You know.
Yeah, I mean, for the last 2 weeks, I actually did go out. I was gonna make a
Mhm.
video about it, but like I just mentioned some time ago, I went to the fair, and then the week before that, I finally went to a football game. I went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I was
Oh
gonna make
wow.
a video about that, but it was It was great. It's great to go, it's great to go to football or sports events where there's tens of thousands of people, but at the same time, like toward the end of it, toward the very end, there was like the sun beaming down on me and shit, and then I eventually started to get sweaty and stuff, and I started to see people like move away from me. And then when
Oh,
I started like walking down the stairs, slightly overhearing people say, "Oh my god, this guy smells bad and shit," and shit made me feel bad. So then I'm like, "Let me get the fuck up out of here." So it does feel good to go to these large events, but at the same time, I'm always worried about people and looking at the person to the right of me, to the left of me, seeing whether or not uh, you know
I think that
people react. Hmm?
I think you just got to get your alert to like a manageable level.
Yeah, you cutting out.
You got to get it to a manageable level. Like you got to get it as low because you're not gonna make. We already have all figured out it's just not gonna up and leave. Like more than likely you're not gonna cure it, right? But you can reduce it, and I think you just got to get it to where it's reduced enough to where you can be comfortable around people. That's what I
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're preaching to the choir. Um, like I've been doing the vegan stuff for a very long time. But I'm not gonna lie. For the past couple of weeks, I just like on one day on a weekend, I'm just like I'm just gonna eat whatever the fuck I want.
think.
That wasn't the case a couple of months. I don't know what happened to me. I just fell off of my routine or whatever. So and that's another thing about going to events though. When you go to events, it's like
The
there's
problem,
always gonna be food there.
yeah,
That food that you told yourself, oh, I can't eat. Oh, man, I can't eat these ribs. I can't eat these glazed pecans. Or damn, I can't. Well, I never drink beer. I was never really a beer drinker. I can never eat this. So then you like give into temptation, and then you smell worse. Shit. Bro, when I went to the county fair, I ate a funnel cake, a Philly cheesecake, a goddamn ice cream, and then glazed pecans, and I still wasn't satisfied, bro. So I it's like once you give into temptation, it tastes good for a while, but then you feel bad and stuff, and you start worrying about how bad you smell. That's the curse of the thing of this weird condition. You never can really let your hair down fully. It's always you always well, I can only speak for me. Maybe you guys let your hair down regardless, but I'm always worried. I'm always worried if I'm outside, but if I'm inside, I always feel like I'm wasting my life. So I never get to fully
stop
just be
wasting your life,
carefree.
man. Yeah, there's certain things that I just know if I go out, I literally just cannot touch. Like beer and alcohol, it's like an hour later, it's gonna be bad. Anything dairy wise, cheese or anything like that, it's gonna be bad like an hour later. So I just don't eat that stuff. But it's still crazy to me that y'all say that meat gives y'all reactions because it does not. I don't like. To me, it's more sugar and carbs and alcohol and dairy. It's all about the sugars. But I'm not saying meat doesn't because everybody's different. But it's just crazy to me that I can eat meat and that doesn't give me worse reaction.
Yeah, I mean, well, everybody's different. There's might be something similar within all of us, but it's different. I still don't know what the fuck. I just still don't know what's going on with me. But yeah, I meat tends any type of animal product tends to make me smell worse. But I can't. I think you could. Didn't you say you can smell it? I feel like there might be times where I feel like I can smell it, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a normal smell or this is like an unusual smell. I had it for so long that like sometimes I might smell something because I like workout and sometimes I smell the sweat of my clothes and like oh, that smell is bad. But then I think to myself, is that a normal bad smell or an abnormal bad smell? Because I can't tell the difference. Uh, so yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe there is. I just feel like animal products is in general, stay away from it. And as I continue to do research, I have found that that red meat in general is bad for you. So that's another reason why I just stay away from it. Red meat consumption has shown to increase the likelihood of cancer and lower life expectancy because of also the saturated fat. But I don't know. I don't know. I can never if I ever had the opportunity to smell exactly what people think I smell like, I think it'd be a blessing. But I don't have that ability, unfortunately. Um,
Like I've always thought about like paying somebody like to smell me and like tell me exactly what I smell like. Because you know, like friends and family, they're not comfortable telling me that I smell. But if I can get like a stranger and just like, yo, just tell me what I smell like, and that can give me like an idea or like where the smell might be coming from. You know,
I've been
like
thinking about that for years. I've been thinking. Yeah, I mean, maybe this is, but I've been thinking about that for years. I
yeah.
was I was thinking about I was thinking about going up to a hooker and she's like, "Oh, do you want to have sex with me?" No, I have something else I want you to do for me. Here's $50. Tell me what that smells like. What I smell like, and I just like you know, do whatever around her, and she's like, "Oh, she'll tell me if I smell bad." But the thing is, I think, I think, I think the downside to that is the fact that if you pay someone, if you say, "Hey, here's X amount of money if you tell me how I smell," um, they're gonna just say you smell nice because, like, oh, if I say you smell bad, he's gonna take the money away from me. So they're gonna be on that type of mindset. So they'll just tell you a lie and then get paid. So
No, but that's when you tell them, hey, I have this medical condition, I always smell bad, but I just want to know what I smell like. But I think if like that would actually work, like if you can be consistent with it, you don't want to do it just one time. Like if they say like, oh, I smell like shit or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, oh, let me change my diet or let me change my shampoo or whatever, and then I come back and maybe, okay, okay, what do I smell like now? You know what I mean? Like that can probably help me and gear me towards the right direction.
yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
you're saying exactly what I've been thinking for for years, off and on for a couple months. I always that idea comes back to my head, but I don't even know how you would set that up, to be honest. Like
You know,
that's the reason why a lot of people do meetups in the first place because they feel like, oh, I just get someone who understands exactly what's going on with me, and then we'll meet up with each other, and then we'll smell it. We'll do a smell test, and then we'll tell how bad we smell. Uh, but the reality is, many of the times when these meetups occur, they cannot smell whatever that the other person say they smell like. So then it's sort of useless. Well, there's advantages to it because you have somebody you can continue having a relationship with that person, but it's not beneficial as most people think it is in terms of I don't know, detecting or analyzing how offensive the odor is. Oh, and he dropped off. Okay, but in any case, what's going on with you other than the Amazon? Is there? Do you celebrate Halloween? Do you do anything in Halloween or within October, the month of October?
Nah, bro, I usually don't even get into Halloween like that.
Ah, really? Damn, that sucks. You don't? What's your like favorite holiday?
Christmas, if that,
Christmas.
I still don't. I'm not really a holiday person, bro.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I don't want to say everybody is. You just admitted that you aren't. But I don't know. I guess I do like Halloween more than any other holiday uh, because I don't know. I guess I like horror movies, so I use this as an excuse to watch a whole bunch of horror movies that I never got to watch. and I like eating candy, and I like being fat, so I also eat a lot. I also eat a lot of chocolate, whatever. Did you know that Snickers cost like $1.50? That's just fucking crazy. But
Yeah, everything's going up, bro.
yeah, but that's. I mean, I think I could remember when I was a kid, a Snickers cost like maybe 50 cents. Now it's three times as much.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yeah,
Chocolate candy.
you could take $1 and go to the store and load up. And now it's like $1 won't get you anything.
Yeah, even the dollar store. You can't even buy too much shit in a dollar store at Dollar General or dollar. What's it called? Dollar General Dollar Store. But you
Yeah,
can't buy too much stuff. It's crazy. They say, shit. They say that most people at this moment feel like they're not able to, with groceries, they're not able to purchase as much groceries based on how fast or how little their earnings are getting, whereas inflation is happening, but the earnings are not rising to the inflation. So I don't know. But oh yeah, and what so unique says, and Snickers are. I've been noticing that shit too. Has anyone ever heard of shrinkflation? That's a thing I found out about like a year ago, where I think I said this before, maybe, but basically, products start to shrink, like they give less quantity for the product, but they still stay the same rate. And it's such a subtle change that you don't realize that you're getting 2 ounces less of a product. Like that's the thing that happens. But at the same time, like I was a kid back in the day, so my hands were smaller. I was smaller in general, so a Snickers was like gigantic to me. So now as an adult, it's like, oh, why is the Snickers so small? But yeah, I guess I understand the holiday situation where you don't celebrate holiday as much, because only thing that's really good about Christmas is the fact that you get gifts and you have like what maybe like a couple of days of not having to do anything, so
exactly.
that's good. Oh
Because I'll still be at work on Halloween.
yeah, it's wild that we never have like days off for like just like holidays other than Christmas. Oh, Christmas and Thanksgiving, but that's pretty much it. And Black Friday. Well, no, depends on certain
Black
businesses.
Friday, I will be working.
Yeah, yeah. Do you get like extra money play doing on Black Friday?
Hell no.
Damn. Do you get extra money on any other holiday? Like for example, you just talked about Halloween. No.
Nope.
Do you work on New Year's Eve?
And, so what happens is during the Christmas season, since everybody's ordering a whole bunch of gifts and stuff, and our routes are bigger at Amazon, we get bonuses for peak time. It's called peak. So I'll make more money during the Christmas season, but it's still not a raise, and it's only temporary. We can get
Mm,
like a bonus every week that we do it.
okay. Okay. Oh damn. Yeah, but I'm curious. Like, do you enjoy working as? Do you enjoy working as an Amazon driver?
Bro, I literally love my job. Like
You
there's
do.
there's certain parts about it. Like every once in a while, I'll get a messed up route, or I'll get like a stop that's harder than what it should be. Like trying to find somebody to get them their package. But other than that, like I said, you get to be by yourself the whole day. You're driving, and you don't have your boss like right behind your back saying, "Oh, you got to put this on the shelf this way," or "Did you finish that report at this point?" You get to work yourself. You got to finish your route at a certain time, but you still get to go at your own pace to do that. So, like, I'll
Mhm.
start off fast, and then I'll slow down towards the middle of the day, and then I'll pick back up at the end. I still get to pretty much go at my own pace, if that makes sense. It's not a hard
Yeah.
job either. You scan the package, it tells you exactly where to go. You follow the GPS, go put it on their door, take a picture of it, go do the next one. It's nothing hard about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like the idea of having freedom to just go out and do whatever you want, you know. And at the same time, I guess it's also awesome to go to because you're viewing or you're going to different places that you've never been to, you know,
Exactly.
and you familiarize with places that you didn't originally know where this went or what's around here. So that I think it's also sort of like, I guess it's sort of therapeutic, and then also you could play your own music too, you
Yep.
know. So that's a good thing about that. Yeah, I think there's some type of like dopamine hit you get whenever you whenever you venture into a new place. I think there's like some type of pleasure people get when venturing into a new place. So when you're a driver driving to any type of location, I think you also get this feeling or these good feelings that rush through you when you see something new, as opposed to being in a desk job where you're just at the same place every day,
Yeah,
or
we were first talking about the remote work and saying just sitting at your desk doing the same thing every day. I was like, I would go crazy. I literally
yeah.
would go crazy, bro.
I've been thinking about this. I'm thinking about spicing it up just by like I don't know, going to a coffee shop or some shit. Like every other week, just go to a new coffee shop or some fast food joint and just sit down and work. That's the only way I could think I could just spice it up, you know,
Yeah.
because now it's like I don't know, like I'm losing my mind here, bro. To be honest with you, um, but can I ask you a personal question?
Bro, you can ask me anything. You already know that.
How did you meet your girlfriend?
The one I got currently
Yeah.
online.
Unless it's like this. I don't know if you got a new girlfriend or it's the same girlfriend that you had.
It's a new one, bro.
It's a new one. Damn. You keep running through them, huh? So okay? What happened to the last girl that you? Well, okay. Let me say this. Let me ask this. Okay. I had this channel for 5 years. So at 2018 to 2023, how many women that you had in your life with from 2018 to 2023?
Bro, I played the fifth on.
Wait, what?
I played the fifth, bro.
Damn. So it's that bad? Damn. Okay, well,
So so
within
when I got the
2023.
condition, when I got the condition,
Mm-hmm.
that chick, so I think it was probably like our second year together, and then no, it was probably like the third, and then maybe 2 years after that we broke up, and then my next exclusive relationship was maybe a year after that, and then me and her broke up probably like a year ago. So I've been with this new chick for about like 6 months, but that's not including like women that I dated in between those
Right.
being exclusive.
Right. Interesting. Damn. So you doing this all through apps or are you just doing it by just meeting women?
And in person, because now like working at Amazon, like if I was just single, like I meet so many people while I'm working and I'm out.
That's what I
And
was thinking to myself. Like, you had to like, but at the same time, like, what are you working? You working like 7 a.m. to maybe
no.
4?
It's 10 to I get done 4 days out the week. So Like normally I'll get done at like 7. And I gotta
Mm,
drive back, get the van back to where it's supposed to be. So I'm done with work at like 8. But sometimes I'll get done like early as 4 or 5, and then have the rest of the day to do whatever. But like I said, I go to so many different places and run into so many different people every day. And sometimes it's the same people, sometimes it's different people because the routes they shift like seasonally. So like I'll be in like one city for 3 to 4 months, and then I'll be in like another city or another part of the city for 3 to 4 months, and it just like rotates. So I'm never
mm,
just in like the same route day in and day out.
mm. So it's like that's how you. So you might go into certain neighborhoods, you see some women, and then you like eventually say, "Hey, let me go talk to her, see what she's about." Pretty much, or is it like,
Well, I
well,
mean, me bringing the package to them, they a lot of times everybody sees you and they're like, okay, that's the Amazon man or that's the postman or whatever. So they're
right?
talking to you, bro. The ice is already, it's already broken.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's. I think that's the best way, bro. Like when you're just going, when you're going to a place and you're regarded as just, oh, this is just as a worker. It's a lot easier to connect with them because they see you so many times that like their guard gets lowered. I think with women or with I guess with women
Bro,
in general that like I don't know who this person is if you meet them the first time, but they see you several times. They're like, okay, I know who she is. This is the mailman. This is the Amazon worker, whatever the case. So I guess that's how. Yeah, that could never happen with me, bro. I mean, at least within my career, unfortunately. But yeah, maybe that's the best way to.
you gotta
I
get
don't
out
know.
the house, bro. I'm telling you, you just gotta get out the house.
What'd you say?
Just gotta get out the house.
Yeah,
You know
just
what?
gotta get.
Hey, so you still have my email?
Yep, I think so.
Message me, bro. Tell it. Did I ask you for your phone number? Just give me,
No.
email me your phone number, bro, and we'll text and we can talk.
Yeah. I could do. I'll do that. By the way, anybody listening, how many people we have? We have 15 people. And if anybody wants to come up within the chat and talk, I will put the link down below if you want to. Yeah, I mean, honestly, with me, like, I think the major things with me is like, I feel like dating is not really worth it.
Bro,
To be real, I don't know.
on a certain level, it's not.
Yeah, because
On a certain level, right now, it's really not, bro. I'm gonna just tell you, it's don't be like, oh, he's cleaning up, he's always in a relationship, and he's always talking about. No, it's not that. It's not working like that, bro. You're not missing out on anything.
let me ask you, when you do dates, do you go 50-50 with them or do you pay for the date on the first date?
Bro, a lot of times they'll pay.
Really?
Like I've had times that I said, hey, let's go do this or that, and I'll get there maybe like I either get there on time or get there like 5 minutes late, and the girl has already paid for it, and I don't know it. It's the strong and independent woman era, bro.
It's a strong it's a strong and independent woman era.
Yeah.
She's trying to show you that
Any
she's a boss babe.
any woman that's if within y'all's first couple of interactions and conversations with each other, she's talking about 50
I make
50
my own
or
money.
huh?
She says I make my own money. That's the key
Not even
giveaway.
that. If she's talking about you paying or you got to take me here or there or this or that, it's not worth it, bro. You need to find one that's either gonna take up her slack, or she's fine with taking up not all this. Don't live under a woman, bro, but a lot of them are willing to help. If she's not contributing in some way, bro, it's not worth it. It ain't worth it.
Yo, have you seen this viral video of a woman refusing to go to a cheesecake factory? Have you
Yeah,
seen that?
bro. So some of those are like skits, but
Right.
I've ran into women like on dating, especially on dating apps, bro. They'd be like, "Oh, you got to take me somewhere fancy, or you got to take me somewhere better than that." And I'm just like blocked. Not even. I won't even deal on that level with a woman, bro.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like when I see videos like that, I'm thinking to myself, ah, I don't think it's even worth it to do all this.
It's not.
Maybe I just take her to a park or something. Because the whole point is just to understand, like to see if we vibe with each other and have you know, we have this like strong communication. We like each other. We have things in common. So like taking her to a place where you're required to pay for something, like eh, I don't know.
It
You know what I mean?
it,
Unless it's
it,
like something small.
it literally boils down to if she likes you, it don't matter what y'all do. If she don't like you that much, or she don't know if she likes you that much yet, she's gonna be asking for extra.
Yeah.
So you just want to deal with the women that obviously have high interest in
And it always boggles my. I don't know how bad your situation is, but it's always shocking to me that you're able to like move around and date all these women, and you never have this fear, or you never have this I don't know, what's the word? You're never apprehensive to go out and date with them. You do never think to yourself, damn, I might smell real bad or whatever the case.
I
You
never
just
said
still
that,
go.
bro.
Hmm?
I never said that.
You never said that?
No, you're so what it is your desire for that thing has to be stronger than your fear of it.
Mm,
Meaning me going out on a date or whatever you want to call it, having a relationship with a woman, a friendship with a woman, the desire of that has to be stronger than your fear or anxiety of, oh, she's gonna think that I smell bad, or she's gonna think that I'm this or that. Because truth be told, bro, even if we didn't have this, and when I didn't have this condition, there were still women that flaked out or that didn't like something else about me. And
yeah.
then now that I have it, there's still women that will overlook it or like everything else so much to where they don't care about it. You just gotta deal with enough women to find the ones that will deal with it and like everything else about you more than the condition.
I'm going to ask you another question. I'm going to ask you another question. Do you feel, since you said women who overlook it, within your dating experiences for the last couple of years, do you feel the women who overlook it the most are the women who have their own baggage or even more baggage than you do? Do you feel like there's any type of correlation? Because that's my thing. Well, I want you to answer the
So
question.
so I genuinely think that certain people cannot smell it and or it's not as strong of a smell as it is to certain other people.
Right.
So depending on that, you know what I'm saying, then you might run into somebody and you're like worried about, oh, she's gonna pick up the odor and she doesn't even pick it up. Or
Right.
you run into somebody that does, but she doesn't really make a whole big deal about it because everything else about you makes it worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Mm,
it could be anything, bro. There's smelling bad is just like one con. You could be broke and not have a job and still smell good, and women will look at you and be like, "Oh, he's broke, so I'm not going to deal with him." It's always going to be something, bro. It's always going to
Mhm.
be something, depending on who the person is. So you just have to put all your best qualities forward and go from there. But do I feel like it's you're gonna just always get the ones with more baggage? Not necessarily, but I feel like a lot of people that are single right now, a lot of them do have baggage, bro. Like almost all of them have some. Like everybody's messed up in some kind of way, bro. I was talking to
Yeah.
somebody about this that don't even have the condition the other day. Everybody is messed up in some kind of way right now. Everybody has anxieties about different stuff. Everybody has trauma. Everybody has all these different things. You just got to find the person that y'all's traumas mesh with each other. Just like how you're saying your interest in hobbies and whatever that y'all have some kind of connection. Everything has to meld together with each other.
Right.
And us having this condition, that's just our trauma. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else has some kind of trauma.
I'm curious. Have you ever tried to meet up with other people within Oklahoma? Have you ever met anyone on any type of board or I don't
Like
know,
as
like
far as what?
yeah, like any type of like body odor support forum group or something?
I, did,
Oh,
I met a girl. It was like right after the girl that I lived with when I finally got the condition. I met somebody off the group that had the odor condition. And it was weird because like when we met up, I couldn't smell anything, bro.
right.
Literally could not pick up the odor. But whenever somebody had coughed and was having reactions, the way she reacted to it, I was like, oh yeah, she has it too. Just off her reactions off of that.
Mm.
But that didn't go anywhere. That's what's funny about it. You would think like, oh, we both have the condition, so that'll be even more reason for us for it to go somewhere. It didn't even go anywhere, bro. It's the women that don't have it that actually go somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, for me like I always think to myself like well, I think a number of things. I think like but people are more so well like what you said, like you said, a lot of people have sensitivities. Some people have stronger senses of smell of whatever chemical that's coming off of you. So they don't, so they're like immediately turned off. But then there's others who can't detect it at all. Um, I do feel like with age, it gets worse. So maybe eventually, yeah, in the first year, she doesn't smell anything, but as time progresses, like she can say it, she can smell it, but she's not going to say anything. As a matter of fact, I do recall like hearing sometimes when I had some interviews, they would say, "Oh, my significant other doesn't smell it." Said that they can't smell it, but then there's sometimes where they do certain weird things, like they would just roll the window down or open the windows for no reason, or just do like little slick stuff like that that makes them feel like they're trying to ventilate, get some of the whatever that's coming off out. Uh, but I don't know. It's like
Well, I know for me too, uh, it's not a constant. It's not a constant odor,
right.
and I know it's worse when I actually sweat. So, like today was, I think the high was 55. So I took a shower this morning, and then all day, bro, I did not, for like the first time in months, did not sweat at all. And I had a hoodie and some jeans and stuff that normally I would sweat eventually in the middle of the day from. So today, I didn't get any reactions from anybody all day. So I know depending on like how often you see your your partner or significant other, like whether y'all cohabitate and live together. Like I haven't lived with a woman in forever. I'll go over, I'll like take a shower before I go over and see him for X amount of hours. Sometimes I'll spend the night, but I'm never with anybody all day. So
Right.
that could play a part in it too. But this is what I was going to tell you, bro. And because you just now made me think of it. And I posted it in the Facebook group. I don't know if you saw it, but my current girlfriend, I was telling her that I was leaving the other day, and she was like, "It's okay because when you're gone, I smell your underwear or something like that." I was like, "What?" And some people, bro, they fetishize the freaking funk, just like people's body odor. And
Mm.
that was the first time I had a woman say something like that. And I was like, that is freaking crazy, to where I went and posted it in the Facebook group and everybody was laughing at it. But bro, there's some there's somebody for everybody, bro. Like just because you got the condition doesn't mean that you can't meet somebody.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Like
like
there's
some
there's
people.
dudes that literally pay for women's dirty underwear, bro.
Yeah. Oh, my thing when you said it, what I initially thought of was it reminded me of this certain fruit that's in like the Southeast Asia. I think it's called like Durnam or Duranam
Durian,
or
durian.
durian, where for some people when they smell it, it smells offensive, but for others, it smells sweet. So like for some senses, for some reason, for some people with their senses, they can smell something and it smells unpleasant, but for others, it smells good. So maybe that's the situation that's going on. Or maybe there is like some type of weird funk shit that she's down for, and you provided it. So it could also be that too. That's very interesting. I didn't read the your Facebook post. That's so interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy. That's the first time, bro, since I got this condition that a woman said something like that, and it blew my mind, bro. And she said it more than once since then, like playing around. And I'm like, okay, if it was an issue, like she's picking up the actual team out order and it was an issue, she just wouldn't deal with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not how she is.
Yeah, I mean, another thing is like people like to eat ass, you know, and so there's people out there who like unpleasant thing. Some people think it's unpleasant. Some people like the taste or whatever. Same way with odor. You see what I'm saying? But
Oh God.
so there's I provide that's some hopeful message to somebody out there. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, I wanted to just respond to this comment real quick. Hey BS, how did you get your remote positions? Like, what qualifications did you have to be considered? So, man, that's a whole. If I can simplify it a little bit, basically, I didn't get any type of certifications or anything like that. I'm a software developer, so you can. There's a lot of situations where you can get a job without being trained, going to college, or getting a degree, et cetera, et cetera. But that is the hardest way to get a software developer job. Especially when you try to land your first job, they want something that they can look at and say you're qualified. And having a degree is the major thing to show that you're qualified and having experience. But technically, there are self-taught developers, which I am, that were able to successfully land a job. And if you want to learn how to do any type of like work within software development, there's plenty of free tutorials on YouTube. Look up what is like the whatever software developer job. I don't know, maybe go through 20 different listings of software developer jobs. Pick out the languages that are very common or in most demand in your area, and you start trying to learn it. But I will say this: when you try to be a self-taught developer, meaning you don't do formal education, it is way harder to get a job. It takes way longer to land a job than anything else. It took me a long time before I got a job. So I don't know. There are also boot camps and stuff, but I mean, that's also very costly and it costs thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dollars. I don't know if you want to get into that. I don't really have experience with going into boot camps, but there are success stories of going into boot camps. But I don't know. There's a lot to it. I try to simplify it, but uh, that's the best I can give you for that. Um, but I was gonna say something to you about dating. Bro, this is my thing about the dating situation. Like whenever I talk to these, whenever I if I do get a match, it's like they give you these one sentence or one word responses that it just frustrates me to the point that I just stop talking to them because it seems like they're just so uninterested or not invested. And I know that they get some. The thing is, I know they get so many responses for so many people. I remember actually watching this video. I was watching this video about they were doing a test. So they got like they made two fake accounts. They made a fake account with a highly attractive male, and then they made another fake account with like a really unattractive woman. And they wanted to see how many likes the person gets within like a week or something like that. And the unattractive woman got like maybe like hundreds more of likes than just this model esque type of man. And once you like you keep seeing videos and content like that, it makes you feel like it's sort of pointless to even do it. So I find it impressive that you are able to just continue to persevere and go through these like do these likes. And I don't know if you do if you're like because there's always strategies within dating apps for men. I think the typical strategy for men is like just like everybody and wait till someone likes you back, and the people that like you back, you get the people that you find somewhat attractive. I don't do that because I think it's stupid, but I don't know. But basically, what I'm saying is, um, do you really? How does that? Do you deal with the same things I'm dealing with, and or is it like yeah? I wanted to hear your take on what your experiences is when doing the dating apps. Like, is that a thing that also happens? And if it is, then how are you able to continue to go on even though it's so annoying to do?
Well, you remember I fought for a long time too, right?
You what?
You remember I fought MMA for a long time too, right?
Oh yeah, MMA. Yeah,
So I've got a lot of pictures of me fighting. I got a lot of pictures of me doing my various hobbies. I got just pictures of me living life. So the online thing, bro, you literally like everything you said is correct, but you have to stand out from everybody else. And if you think about it, somebody that fought MMA for years versus somebody holding, I don't know, a fish, or
right,
he's got his selfie of himself in his bathroom with bad lighting. Like that doesn't stand out. But
right,
if he looks at it and the first thing she sees, oh, he fought for years in the UFC, or he rides motorcycles, or he did this. If there's some way that you're more interesting or you share something in common to where you can bond, then that makes you a whole lot more likely to stand out. And that's what I'm saying, bro. You need to message me, and I can like look at your profile and give you some advice.
yeah, yeah. I haven't updated that profile in years. I haven't went into
Like
which one do
you
you use?
literally
I
have to
use
stand
Tinder.
out. And so I used Tinder and Bumble. And the cool thing about Bumble is the women have to message the men first.
I hated that. I hated Bumble.
So you you cut through the fat a whole lot quicker on Bumble than you do any of the other places. But Hinge is pretty good too.
I guess you pay. Yeah, I guess you had like the paid service.
Nope,
You subscribe to it
nope.
because at
So
least for I remember. Go ahead.
there's an algorithm, bro, and depending on so like the reason women get so many likes and whatever. One, men are on dating apps, and we're not. I'm not gonna say it's all, but the majority of men are not necessarily trying to get a relationship out of a dating app.
Right.
They're trying to have sex.
See what?
Women, women, on the other hand, are either looking for a relationship or just attention, bro. A lot of them are on that with no intention of really going out on a date. They just want to see what kind of attention they can get.
Yeah.
So the algorithm, depending on like how many people message you and how many likes you get, you'll go up in the algorithm, and you'll get more and more. You'll get shown to more and more people, which in turn gets you more and more likes. So guys just wanting a lot of times to have sex, they'll just do like what you said before. They'll just hit like on everybody, even women that they really wouldn't even consider. They'll just hit like on everybody and wait for whoever is going to match with them and then respond back. Women are a whole lot more picky, bro. So unless like how I was talking with before, if you don't have something that catches her eye, that makes her interested, that makes you stand out from everybody else that's on that dating app, they're not going to swipe right on you. So that keeps you lower in the algorithm to where you get less matches. You get seen by less people and then get less matches.
Yeah.
So if you create an interesting enough profile, bro, then it makes it easier. Don't make it easy, but it makes it easier.
Yeah. 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 I'm assuming your pictures are professionally taken within MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every picture that I got online, it's I don't think I have one selfie. It's all somebody else took pictures of me. Whether it was during a fight or while I was out riding a motorcycle or whatever, bro. It's always been somebody else, actual professional photographer taking a picture of me.
So with the motorcycle situation, I guess you paid them to take a picture of you,
That I
correct?
did, yes.
How much did that cost?
I had friends that do it, so it didn't cost that much at all, bro. But I think
Oh,
you can find like somebody just starting out. You can put like out an ad on different places, or find like one of your friends, like I did, and get it done cheaper than just paying some random dude that you don't know from fuck all that has already been doing it for a long time.
damn, that makes sense.
You
I'm
literally
thinking
have
about doing Craigslist, but it's like I don't even think people go to Craigslist anymore. I don't think people go to Craigslist. I guess like Facebook is the new Craigslist, or maybe
for searching for like service,
yeah,
like photographer. You might be able to find one on Craigslist,
yeah,
but Facebook would be a whole lot easier.
yeah. Because people still use Facebook more so than Craigslist. Damn. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, bro,
Okay.
you need some professional pictures. You need a actual interesting. You gotta say something interesting on your profile, and then if you need that last little bump, you can pay for it. But I would only pay for it until you actually got matches and got dates setting up, and then cancel it. Sometimes they'll give you like a trial or whatever. I think I did it once on Tinder, but I've never just had to rely on actually paying for it. The only thing about when you pay for it, that's the thing. That's what happened. So I did pay for it once. It was because I had like 50 matches, but every time I swiped, I wasn't hitting any of my matches. So when you pay for it, you can see the matches. So I'm
Right.
like, man, if I can just see the matches, then one, I can see if there's anybody I actually even want to swipe on. Two, I can get this done over with quicker. So I paid for it. I think it was like $20 at that point in time. Just
That
like
yeah.
years ago. And swiped on all the matches, and one of them was actually was not this girlfriend, but the last girlfriend out of those swipes. But I was
Yeah.
already she had already liked my profile. It was just there were so many to go through that I was never hitting hers. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna
Maybe
say like,
oh, you got 10 likes or you got 20 likes or whatever, and you keep on swiping and you don't ever hit the like, or you'll swipe one to the left and they say, "Oh, you missed a match."
yeah. That's the thing. Like with most dating apps, if you have it on free, you only get the most recent one. I know with Hinge, if you do get a like, you get the most recent like. You'll be able to see their face and see their profile, but everybody else you won't be able to see. And I'm pretty sure it's the same with Tinder. Pretty sure it's the same with what's his face with Bumble. Definitely with Bumble. I remember getting one like, and I had to respond at that moment because if I don't respond, then it just gets hidden or something like that. So that was like the thing that bothered me about it. So that I don't know. For me, it just forced me. It's sort of like with Bumble, it sort of forces you to do unintentionally start liking more because you can't reach out to them and say, "Oh, I like this about your profile or that about your profile." Many times the profiles are blank and they don't say anything, or they say something generic like, "I like food and like to spend time with family" or some
That's
shit.
how women are, bro, because they got it easier than us
Yeah,
on dating apps. It's just like
yeah,
you said, the women are getting like hundreds of matches just because,
right.
and then the guys are struggling to get matches
Yeah,
because the algorithm don't work the same both ways.
yeah. I think many of the I'm just gonna be honest. I think a lot of these dating apps are very exploitive. Um,
Oh, it is. It definitely is. There's a dopamine aspect to it. And then now there's the money, because before you could get on Tinder and you didn't have to pay for nothing. Like so
yeah.
many years ago, it's only just recently now that they started adding all these things you got to pay for on it. When Tinder first came out, you didn't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, and that's just how it is all the way through. That's how it is for many just different programs or not programs services, or maybe you didn't have to pay, uh, but now you do have to pay, and now they have this new model, this new like ad model or some shit like that,
Yeah.
or some subscription model, or they increased the subscription. I think I just heard recently with Tinder they added a new feature for a subscription where now you get your friends to help you swipe for you or some dumb shit like that. Like uh, for some reason, having this conversation sort of reminds me of Netflix. Like when Netflix came out, okay, first Netflix just started sending it. You only got Netflix by just through DVDs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then eventually they started doing it through streaming or whatever, and it was very low. It was maybe I think it was like $6.99 or some shit like that. Fast forward years later, the motherfucker's like what, like $18.99, and you have ads and shit. And if you want to watch it in HD, then you have to get $22.99 or some dumb shit like that. It's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, like
Hey,
they keep
that was something I was
finding.
going to ask you too. Why don't you have your channel monetized? This channel.
Why don't I have my channel monetized? Because
Yeah.
that shit's annoying. I hate monetization. I
Really?
hate.
You don't want the money that you would make off of this? I mean,
Are you
it
kidding?
like no, I think it's because all it does. I'm talking about YouTube monetization.
I
All it does
mean,
is play an ad. I mean, you've taken so many years of your life to put together this catalog of information for all of us that have this issue to try to figure out. You don't think that you should get paid for that? And it's not like you're asking for for us for money. You're getting money from YouTube just from us watching the ads. Like if somebody can't sit through a 30-second ad just to finally get to the information, they don't need it anyways. I think you should monetize the channel, bro. I meant to tell you that a long time ago.
I've actually meant to make a video about this a long time ago because somebody asked me. I see that every now and then I see that in the comments. Hey, maybe you should monetize your videos, or maybe you should open up a Patreon. Here's my thing. You want to know the major reason why I didn't do it? I feel like if I start making money off of this, um, I feel like I would have to put more effort into it. Um, And the thing is, because what I'm doing now is I barely, like, let's be honest, these things are not professionally made. I don't do enough research to make like high quality videos and then purchase an editor to make it. Because nowadays people just purchase editors off of like these services or whatever, and then they pay the editors, and then they produce the video, which would be dope. And sometimes I do want something to be professionally done so it can be looked at in with more credibility, as opposed to just somebody with a camera talking to it, talking about body odor. I feel like I want to create some videos that are just so professionally done, have so much information, but it's so time consuming. It's so time consuming to do that. And once I add some level of monetization, I feel like moving forward, I'm sort of required to do that. Because if I'm going to make money off of it, I should invest that money back into that. But at the same time, that means I'm probably going to spend more free time I have, the little free time I've had, sinking it into this. And personally, I just don't want to do all that. I feel like there should be a platform that makes very credible, high quality content, and I do feel sort of guilty not doing it. But
I agree. If you made like a Patreon, I would agree with that. But I don't agree with that if you just turn on AdSense on YouTube. I think you should, bro. That'll give you more money to pay off. See, you showed us all the bills from getting the test done and doing this and the supplements that you've tried and you've talked about on the channel. Like that's information, bro. That's money that you spent to try something and try to see if it worked for you or not. And then you gave us information on it. There's no reason that you can't. I don't know what you have to do on YouTube to get to where you can turn on AdSense and monetize it, but I don't think that you should feel bad about monetizing the YouTube channel. Now, if you opened up a Patreon, if you said, hey, everybody, if you want to get any more information out of me, you have to join my Patreon, and it's $20 a month. Then I would agree with you. I'd be like, okay, I'm not joining this Patreon. Right. But to sit through an ad on YouTube, nah, bro, you deserve that. I'm just letting you know. If nobody else tells you, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it, but there was something else I was gonna say that's related to my the ads. Damn.
I know you have like so many hours, I think, viewed, but I feel like you probably have already hit that. I don't know if it has to do with followers too.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If I really wanted to do monetization or really make money off of YouTube, it wouldn't have to do with body odor. The thing is, I know like when you start making considerable money is when you at least have like you get at least tens of thousands of views per video, and you do maybe I don't know 4 or 5 within a week. Okay, you're gonna get like a decent living wage income. You get tens of thousands of views, but in order to even get to that level, tens of thousands of views per video, you at least have to have like 100,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, and
you might be
like the thing is with this channel is so niche. it will never hit 100,000. So that's another reason why it would. I might get pennies on a. That's why it's so ridiculous
It might
when you
someday,
start seeing
bro.
monetization, because I
It might
know you get
someday.
like pennies on a dollar more so.
It might
And
someday.
what happened?
I said it might someday. Because I feel
It's
like more. I feel like since before I got to condition and you got to condition, that more and more people have been getting it because the food and stuff that we eat hasn't got any better. We're still
right,
using antibiotics and all this other stuff just as much, if not more now. And nobody, like, everything is compounding, bro. Like back in the day, probably way less people got this condition, and it's just getting more and more and more common to where maybe like 10 years from now, it might be like a normal actual thing that people actually recognize, like diabetes or something.
right. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it doesn't. Um, yeah.
More people are getting it, bro. If you just really pay attention and look, it's and like look in the groups and the discords, there's new people coming in every day, unfortunately.
That reminds me. Do you know of any other Discord? Because I've been trying to find of other. The only Discord group that I know of that's active is like Josh's thing. Do you know of other Discords that are similar, like body odor related, or that's like the only one that's
I
well
think,
known?
yeah, I think it's just Josh's.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think there's anything else.
There's Josh's Discord and then the Team Almebo Facebook group.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only two biggest ones. I don't know. All right, but I will say this. I appreciate you for staying on so long. I because yeah, Dave was supposed to stay on along with me, but he's all out doing other things. He also has kids and stuff. But yeah, I usually end the live stream within 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 2 minutes. Appreciate for everyone listening. I appreciate Bruce for hopping on, etc., etc. This is Friday night hangout number 7. Oh yeah, I also want to say before I go, if anybody wants to do if anybody's interested in doing a hangout, all you got to hit me up is bosuffers@gmail.com. Um, maybe I'll just put that. I'll just put that in. And okay, blah blah blah. Boom, Bruce. Do you have a WhatsApp?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll try to.
if you can just send me your WhatsApp contact or whatever, then we can talk on there.
Cool. We'll do. And this is Friday night hangout number 7. And we're out of here. See you later.